Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3, and we are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube and Facebook for AEWramble, episode 227, Who's the Leader Now? Discussing last night's December 3rd, 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite as only we can. And to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague. He is the man of 59,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your honest criticisms of Tony Khan and All Elite Wrestling, the one and only Jimmy Macram. How are you doing?
I'm good. I hope you all are doing well. I assume you are, because you have nothing to do at 1 p.m. on a fucking Thursday afternoon. Should be at work, fixing the economy. Instead, you're here bullshitting around, waiting for your boss to walk by. Did
you just decide you're going to shoot on our guests? Like, what are we doing?
I just realized I was free, but I'm always free. I'm my boss. What about you? Where's your boss at? You guys' bosses at? Managers are terrible. Sorry.
I mean, I'm very happy for you not having a boss, sir. I'm very happy for you.
I kid. I joke. I hope it's going well. Only 4 more hours to go.
Oh my god.
4 more hours to go, then you get the fuck out of there. I'm going to show back up and do it again tomorrow. This is not funny. Why am I being so mean? I don't know.
This man is really mean today. And he literally was very nice before we went live on air. Usually I get the apathetic, let's just do the show. He was actually like, yeah. Actually having conversation with me, and then he just saved it all for the intro, for the start of the show.
I joke. I kid. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun.
You went from it's gonna be great to it's gonna be fun that quick. He was like, let me lower my expectations. All right, welcome live, guys. Appreciate y'all for joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping a thumbs up on the video. That helps out the YouTube algorithm. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. You can also sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys. Hear your thoughts on last night's AEW Dynamite. What did you think? What did you think about the C2 matches? What do you think about the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship Tournament, or anything else that went down on last night's episode you want to talk about? You could sound off in the live chat. We'll highlight as many of your comments as possible. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here. You want to show your support to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, and as well as the AEWramble review show, you can do so with a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here, and we always appreciate the support. And you can also contribute by being a member of the channel, like our good brother Dion Jenkins, who is once again a member of the channel. Thank you so much, Dion, for the support. We also got I Make Beats in the chat, one of our other members of the channel, who gives us his thoughts on last night's show. He says Mox versus Claude was a banger, and SP3, that main event from Tag League yesterday, got to be in your matches of the week list. Shoto putting in work. Finley ragdolling Hiromu had me dying. I have to go back and watch that one. I had it on as I was working yesterday morning, but for what I saw of that matchup, it was a lot of fun in that matchup. But I've been hearing everybody raving about that, saying that that's the match of the tournament so far. So I'm going to go back and watch Hiromu and Finley versus Shooter and Uemura. But thank you for the recommendation there, I Make Beats. He also says C2 has been cooking. That Death Rider match was pay-per-view worthy. There you go. And we got King Potato, who says, my favorite wrestling podcast is finally live. Thank you so much, King Potato. King Potato, no matter what you say, no matter how much sometimes you be hating on things, I still love you. I saw you in the chat on Fightful say that I hate you. You're not one of the people I hate in the chat. The people that I hate in the chat, I usually let be known very clearly over on Fightful. And people in this chat over here, I don't hate. Maybe Danny, but other than that, no. I don't know Danny to hate him, so I don't hate anybody in this chat. So you're one of the good ones. But we also got here Eric Isaac, who says, "Hey, THH fam, are we seeing the Death Rider Civil War starting? Better watch out, better not pout, better not cry. Santa Luther is coming to town."
Oh, good Lord. All right, man. I'm not gonna let you guys bring me down. You're already starting. I'm not gonna do this. Fucking Luther. Shouldn't he leave with Jericho? What the fuck is going on? Why is he still here?
He found a new role. He found a new role that would keep his job.
Fucking absurd. New role. Standing next to somebody important. Same Zoe role, ironically. Good Lord. Enough of these people.
We got Big Red Dogs who says Roman Reigns is beating Macho Man at WrestleMania. Dude, I know he's referring. I know the Macho Man reference is what we always call Cody on this show, as he is the next great number 2. But did you hear that report? Let's talk. We usually do on AEWramble is talk about any other news outside of AEW during this section of the show. What do you think about the news that was just reported? I believe it was Brian Alvarez, Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer, stating that Roman Reigns is the one that has caused a change to the plans for WrestleMania 42. Apparently, the original plans for WrestleMania 42 were going to see Cody Rhodes and CM Punk and Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker in the 2 main events for WrestleMania. But apparently, no. It was actually Self-Made. Ibu of Self-Made did this report. Apparently, last year, like the beginning of last year, this year, excuse me, I'm bugging. This year, after WrestleMania, apparently the plan was Sami Zayn was going to go to Royal Rumble, was going to win in Saudi Arabia, and he was going to go to WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship to verse Seth Rollins. You remember after WrestleMania, Sami was on Raw. Sami was being positioned as one of the guys who was feuding with the Vision. And then out of nowhere in August, he gets shifted over to SmackDown. He wins the U.S. title. And now he's just over there. No connection to the Vision. So apparently the background story to that, according to Evo of Self-Made, is that sometime this summer, Roman Reigns decided that he's not fully committed to starting up in Hollywood, that he wants to come back and be a little bit more active in WWE, and he wants to win the title again. So the plan was changed from Sami and Seth for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania to Roman versus Seth for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. But, of course, plans changed again in October when Seth Rollins suffers the injury on the coast-to-coast headbutt against Cody Rhodes. So that's when plans were shifted to Cody and CM Punk. But Roman basically made another change. And he says he wants to win that belt, Cody's belt. So that is why we got the tease at the end of Survivor Series for Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns 3, because Roman used his political power to get this match for WrestleMania. Ebu called Roman Reigns the most potent political player in pro wrestling since the height and the heyday of Hollywood Hogan. What do you think about that whole report?
If what you said is true, I told you all that Roman and Braun, whenever you guys were pitching that was a fucking pipe dream. Roman don't know who that nigga is. He can't pick Braun Breaker out of a fucking lineup. You fucking serious? That's not happening. You can forget that shit. That's gone. And what you said is true, then I agree completely. Because unlike the Triple H's and the Shawn Michaels and the Jeff Jarrett's of the world, there is no political machinations. It's just, I'm not doing that. I'm doing this. And that's Hogan. I'm here for it. I don't want to see Roman and Cody. I have no interest at all. But
no, I don't know anyone that actively wants that matchup. We wanted it a year ago. A year ago, people were actually talking about it being a money matchup. Me personally, I think on this show, I said that's one of WWE's money matchups that they're storing for later. but they stored it too long. It went past the expiration date, and they picked it out the shelf, and they realized, oh shit, this shit expired in 2024.
It's fucking Cody Rhodes. I am sorry. I know you all love him. He's a great hand. But yeah, Roman's gonna get this one big match out of him and put him back where he belongs. You're number 3. It's okay to be number 3. A lot of money made to be number 3. Draymond's gonna make the Hall of Fame being a number 3 for most of his life. It's fucking absurd. But wait, it is what it is. I won't say I'm fine with it. If I'm Triple H, I give some pushback on this. Can you hold off? I think as stale as it is now, I think it's better not now. Later. When later? I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's better when they're ready to turn Cody heel.
Sold.
That's when you should do that rivalry. If they decide they want to turn Cody heel on the road to WrestleMania, I think that it will be better because of it. The build will be better because of that. Because doing a baby, I don't know if this company is capable of doing an effective babyface versus babyface matchup because they always go against it. They always position someone, even if it is babyface versus babyface, they always position one of the babyfaces as the heel of the story.
Okay, so let's think of the big babyface matches in history. There's Austin and Rock at 17. There's Hogan and Warrior.
Yes.
I won't be rude, but I can see Roman fitting in that group.
Yeah.
I can't see Cody fitting in that group.
No.
I'm fucking sorry.
But even when you name those rivalries, I'm like, Austin was definitely the heel in the build because he's the one being the paranoid husband who's upset that his wife is managing The Rock. And I don't know about the build because we didn't have like a Monday Night Raw to Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior. It was more like Superstars where they would do like vignettes and you would see clips of them at Saturday night's main event and shit. But definitely in the matchup, Hogan was the heel and Warrior was the babyface.
Yeah, this feels like a bad idea. This feels like it only benefits. It benefits Roman because everything should at this point, so he's ready to go to Hollywood. And I suppose it benefits Cody. He gets the main event another WrestleMania. Good for you.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Save that money.
This is another case of Cody getting the biggest star possible to force him into the main event.
It's fucking hilarious.
But dude, 4 WrestleMania main events in 3 years. 4.
It's a lot.
4. That's a lot. You did back-to-back days last time. Like, dude, you couldn't give us another year. You couldn't wait till Saudi to do this. You couldn't do the Punk.
Saudi
is not big enough.
What, Roman and Punk? You would think so, but Punk's got the other belt. He got the ugly belt.
Exactly. Thank you. I know this all comes down to the belt. That's all it comes down to. That's the only reason he is picking Cody over Punk is the belt.
Yeah, I need that belt. That's the big belt.
I want that belt that you made up because I was holding this one.
And we can't do Saudi because that's Roman and Rock.
True.
Yeah. Cody knows this is it. Get that last payday in, brother. It's all over after here.
Invitation says Roman has made them more money than they've ever made in their history. They do what he wants.
I will say, yes, Roman Reigns, Nick Khan, and Triple H are the faces of the finesse era. I told you all, I say on this channel, when they signed the ESPN contract, my exact words were, fucking WBD overpaid for AEW, but it's not in the same ballpark. For how much ESPN overpaid for WWE. It is not in the same discussion. These numbers make no sense. What is going on? Now they're unhappy. Really?
So you believe the Freddie Prinze report? Because I do. Because Freddie Prinze don't say shit. He don't say shit. So he had to have people say something to him.
Somebody explain this math to me. It's 5 years for 1.6 billion. Is that accurate?
Wait, let me look this up.
Let's look this up. Well, you look it up. I'm just some basic math here. It's $30 for that fucking ESPN app. let's say 200,000 fucking people sign up. That's $6 million. Times that by 12 months. That's $72 million. That's $36 million in 5 years. Where's the rest of this? 30-60 rather. Where's the rest of this fucking money coming from? What the fuck is going on?
So WWE's 5-year deal with ESPN is worth approximately $1.6 billion, which averages out to about $325 million per year. The deal, and mind you, these are the numbers that came out when the deal was supposed to start in early 2026. So I wouldn't be surprised if WWE got more money out of them to start early.
Where do they think they were making this money at? $360 million. Let's go $360 million a year. That's $30 million a fucking month. Where's this money coming from?
I think they legitimately thought their PLEs. I'm talking about ESPN because I know WWE knew that their PLEs were worth it, but they thought that this would be good to tell ESPN, and ESPN fell for the okie doke. They thought that each of their PLEs is worth $30 million.
Let's say $30 million for a $30 sub? You think 1 million people are buying WrestlePalooza? Are you out of your fucking mind? What is going on?
They made it sound all good. Like we're gonna make these big global brands for ESPN. We got this new show. It's called WrestlePalooza, and it's gonna be the main draw for us, man. We're killing it. We're smashing it. You didn't see all the rave reviews on social media.
I would say, big man, maybe that's what they think. They thought that the 2.8 or 3 or whatever fuck watch on Netflix, they were all going to come over. I don't know what the fuck they think. I got to be honest. Somebody should get fired. In fact, quite a few people should get fired. Whoever signed off on this deal should get fired. Triple H and Nick Khan and them, they should all get bumps, but everybody on the ESPN side should get fired. Like yesterday. Holy shit.
Oh, shit. Holy shit. I just realized what's going to be the marketing for Roman and Cody. QB1 versus OTC1.
Fucking more These are easily the two worst things in my time.
I can't wait for them to try to sell us on that. QB1 versus everyone calls them that. Everyone calls Cody QB1. Everyone calls Roman OTC1. Who's gonna be the one?
I can't wait for those shitty face-offs where they try to recreate fucking Rock and Hogan in the middle of the ring. Good Lord, nobody gives a fuck. Does that mean we get Punk and Seth? I hope not. Tell me it's Seth and Braun.
I think it's going to be Seth and Braun. It was originally the original report from Dave was that it was Punk and Braun for the title at WrestleMania, but they're doing that on January 5th. I think that could still have like a DQ finish or dirty finish, and then they can have Braun win the Rumble or something and then earn his next opportunity like that. But I tend to feel from what we heard about Seth Rollins and the more overt way they're bringing Seth Rollins back into storylines makes it feel he's going to be back before Mania. And the fact that he's done this twice before.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. What will Punk do?
That's the big question. Who's left? Who would be left for Punk? Maybe Punk and Brock?
What a humiliation ritual.
No, that's what we call John Cena's retirement tour.
That's what you get. It's payback. 20 years of nonsense you put us through.
Triple H is like, you made me tear my quad so I couldn't get my win back at Mania. So I decided to ruin your retirement tour.
Triple H getting a win back, by the way. 10 years older than the other guy's hilarious.
Yo, that was the plan. People tend to forget that was the plan for WrestleMania 23. Was Triple H was gonna win against Cena to get his win back.
That's why he's so angry. He thought he was gonna live forever. It's over, nigga. Let it go. Damn.
He did not want to let go of that torch. He was still holding on to it.
To be fair, the circumstances that led to him getting it, where were we going to see that again? Ever? Austin leaves, Rock leaves, fucking Brock leaves. He gets the torch and then leaves.
He's like, can I pick it up, Vince? I mean, no one else is here. Can I pick it up?
Then here comes this nigga that's about to get fired, and he picks the torch up. This is a bitch. This cracker the fuck out of here.
How do you go from here to there? Like what? Oh man, this nigga picked up the torch and just decided to fucking bury everybody. do a fucking angle where he's raping a fucking corpse. Like, what are we doing?
The
fireworks made it awesome.
What is going on?
You were Triple H celebrating at the end of WrestleMania.
I'm gonna stick up for that angle. I'm sticking up for all those angles. I'm sticking up for that one. I'm sticking up for bodybuilding with Scott Steiner. They're not world title angles.
That fucking sucked.
They're not world title angles, but in and of themselves, they are fantastic. They're like MJF and Adam Cole. I was trying to tell y'all. It's not a world title angle, but goddamn it, it's good. I enjoy it. I can watch any of those things right now.
You enjoyed the Katie Fick angle, honestly.
Yeah,
seriously.
Do Thesz is rolling over in his grave? What do I give a fuck? I don't give a shit. Has nothing to do with me. Good Lord. Oh yeah, I could see that. Braun, Seth, and Punk. Ill.
I told JJ on Rated Raw Review, I was like, in a perfect world, the two main events should be Seth and Braun for the World Heavyweight Championship, Cody, Punk, Roman for the WWE Championship.
You want another triple threat?
That's the only way to get what I want and what Roman wants. Roman wants to face Cody,
yeah.
But I personally think, and it seems like a lot of fans agree, Cody is not the matchup that we want to see against Roman. We want to see Punk. You need to pull the trigger on Punk, or we're going to be in the same situation when you finally decide to do that one-on-one matchup. When you finally decide to do it, we're going to be like, we don't want to see it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can scratch out Punk and Cody ever having a Mania. Just based on Punk.
Yeah. I agree.
We might get Punk and Roman after the Rock match.
Remember, we were talking about this like a couple of months ago, where we were like, Cody, there's no other money matchup for him except for Punk, and now we're getting the money matchup that he had previously.
Listen, Austin Rock on top for what, 5 years? Cody, you're on top for 5 years. Now, granted, the circumstance in which you're losing it is different, but it's over. These things happen. I'm so happy. I'm sorry. I just fucking am. Thank God. It's over. I'm sick of watching Triple H live his dreams through these two niggas, Cody and Seth. Enough. Put both of these cocksuckers. Let's move on. Jesus. These third-tier acts having main events. It's outrageous. Sorry. I've had enough. DDP's got to get his win back against Hogan. What the fuck are you all talking about? Why do we need to do that? Roman's the guy. He goes over 2 and 3s. That's how that works. I don't understand what the confusion is about.
He goes over both of you guys every time. He is the bigger star. Sorry, guys. We got Big Man Doug's. He says Roman wants to beat Cody clean. Laugh my ass off. That's the main allure of the match for him. He was like, I beat him at Mania, but I needed Solo's help for that. I don't need any help for that. How about I just beat Cody at WrestleMania? How about that?
Holy shit. Clean? If they're gonna do it clean, Cody's gonna turn before that fucking match.
Yes, he has to. He has to turn heel.
Please do it for your own sake, sir. I don't want you on top, but I want you to get complete buried. That's rough.
I do agree though. Yeah, Roman kind of owns for this. He does kind of.
It's fucking absurd. Holy shit! This nigga said he doesn't want to go to Hollywood. Why? It's all the ego thing. Why? Because what? This is yours. You don't want people playing with your toys. This is outrageous. All right.
He was like, I don't know if I could be number one in Hollywood. I know I could be number one here.
I'm so curious. You think he'll stick around though? He's gonna be Cody. You think he sticks around afterwards? To SummerSlam, at least?
I think we get closer to 2022 than 2023. 2023 year was him he's gone for 4 months, comes back, has a match, gone for 2 months, comes back, has a match, gone for another 2 months. 2022 was a little bit more balanced, where he was on SmackDown a little bit weekly. He was telling the whole story with Sami Zayn and the Usos. That was more, and he was still part-time at that time, but he was a little bit more active week to week. That's what we need if he's going to be champion.
Who the fuck's he gonna be interacting with? He's babyface. It's so weird. I'm fine.
Well, I would suspect if he's winning, then Jey Uso's definitely turning heel, because Roman, he loves to face his family.
I will say he does look out for the crew. I appreciate it, I suppose. But can we let this go? You gave it a shot. You turned your fucking cousin to a main eventer. What else? Your non-talent cousin to a main eventer. This is the most impressive thing ever. Hogan turned fucking beefcake into a main eventer, but you turned Jay into a main event star. Good for you. Let's all move on.
You think we can move on now?
I watched that fucking match with him and Knight. He makes fucking Knight look like Bret Hart. What the fuck is going on here? What is that spear at the end?
Roman always works to. You can tell how Roman feels about his opponent by how he's working. You can always tell.
I did not consider the Rock factor. Holy shit. Yeah. Rocky's stranglehold has lessened quite a bit in the last 2 or 3 years. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's probably it. Yeah. Well, Chisholm saying because the Rock's power in Hollywood is not as strong and he can't give Roman any movie roles. LOL.
That's true. Probably was going to be fucking Black Adam's cousin.
And he ruined that. He got a little too greedy. A little too big for his britches. And messed it up.
As per fucking always. Triple H's got the bazooka ready for the Rock to do it again. Go ahead. You know you're going to. You know you want to. Go ahead.
He said, I know you want to. Go ahead. Try.
Can't help
Let's get into last night's AEW Dynamite. AEW Dynamite took place from Fishers, Indiana. What did you think about the crowd last night?
Ass. How many people were in there?
I think it was like 1,700. The building holds 3,000.
Yeah, ass. Sorry, can't forgive you. More people than fucking seats available. Ass.
We're getting closer to World's End, and we get next week is Winter is Coming. So we kick off the show with Tony Schiavone in the ring to start. He brings out AEW World Champion Samoa Joe and next week's challenger Eddie Kingston. Joe tells Schiavone to get out and then insults the crowd. He's saying that he says that, I know Eddie is probably wondering why I'm out here not wearing a suit, as he says he's not looking nice out here because it's Indianapolis. He says with wearing a tuxedo to Indiana is like wearing one to a petting zoo. And he says that with that out of the way, he needs to explain that Hook is where he is because he has had the right training. Joe wanted Hook to see, though, what it was like to be around the other side, a lower level star. And that's why he picked Kingston for Hook to play his partner. He says next week, Kingston will fight for everything he has. And just like every other time, he won't cross the finish line. Kingston talks about how Hook learned to never quit. He gets on the mic in response. He says that what Hook really learned from him is how to never quit, because that's what you see in him. You see perseverance. And he says all his career, he's been told that, oh, Eddie, you yell too much. You yell all the time. You yell a lot. He was like, well, the reason I do that is because I get shit done. He accuses Joe of being the kinds of people who got in his head and the old timers that he used to always complain about, that used to mess with people. And look at you. You look at what you're doing. You're talking about going in a jet, arriving in your jet. He was like, who are you? He said, what happened to the Samoa Joe that was the greatest world champion in Ring of Honor history? What happened to the Samoa Joe that went to war with my mentor, Homicide, and beat the crap out of him every single time? He says that's who Joe used to hate, but now he's one of them. He better be the old school Samoa Joe, the old Samoan submission machine. He says that he better be him next week instead of this version of him, because if it's not the old school Samoa Joe, he says that he will eat you alive on the 10th. He drops the mic, he leaves out. I thought that Eddie brought the intensity here. I just thought that the context of it all could have been better. I thought that it shouldn't have been Eddie kind of saying he wants the old Samoa Joe back. It should have been Joe saying that he wants an actual challenge. He wants the old Eddie Kingston back. The whole Joe talking about Eddie can't win the big one. That's what CM Punk said. That's what Bryan Danielson said. And it doesn't acknowledge the fact he has won the big one 2 years ago. He won the Continental Classic. He's the first ever Triple Crown champion. That's why I was like, the Joe part of this messes this whole thing up. I thought Eddie was good and overall made the segment good, but we needed great. So I was disappointed by that. I would have flipped kind of the approach of the promos around a bit. I wanted Kingston to basically say that in response. Joe's talking about you can't win the big one. That's me from 4 years ago. I've won the big one. This is my time of the year. 2 years ago, I won the big one. I won the Continental Classic, became the first ever Triple Crown champion. You know what really eats me alive? What really bothers me is the fact that I wasn't able to defend it last year. I was on the sideline. I was injured, and now I'm back, and now I'm trying to win the world championship, the one title that has eluded me. If Joe had said you are not a world champion, you haven't won the world title, then it's fine. Saying Eddie can't win the big one is going against what we actually know and have seen. So that's my issues. What did you think?
This is where you get in trouble because this is scripted. Because if Eddie says I have won a big one, Joe's proper response should be the C2 is shit. Who cares? There's nothing to do with me. But this is wrestling. You can't be shitting on things that you own. So this was fine. Eddie was really good. Closer to me than last time I heard him. Joe was fine. I gotta be honest. This version of Supervillain Joe, something's missing than was missing from the King of TV. I don't quite know what it is. Maybe it's the material. Maybe it's the fact that all this seems to be based around fucking Hook, which everybody seems to love. Joe's got some strange love for Hook, as does Eddie Kingston. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But more importantly, Tony Khan loves Hook. What the fuck is going on? Why is there so much Hook in my life? Why is he the coldest he's ever been, but still all over my TV set? I don't know. Yeah, this didn't hit. This kind of felt like we did a shitty version of the Punk stuff. Ironically, another 2-3 week angle.
That was excellent and probably the best 3-week angle, one of the best in wrestling history.
Fire. Fucking yourself.
Yeah, this was the wrong approach. This was basically like you say Big Man Dog says it was a good chat GBT promo. Joe's promo was that. I just felt like this was a promo for a casual AEW fan, if that even exists, who is just watching the show for the first time. Because if you have watched AEW for longer than a year, you probably know that Eddie Kingston has won the big one. So this goes again. This is what they were doing with Eddie promos 4 years ago. You shouldn't be doing it 4 years later.
Agreed. And I hate to say this, but that's on Eddie. That's on you to say we shouldn't do that. We should do something else.
Yeah, I agree. You got to speak up and be like, that totally ignores all the character growth, what my character has been through in the last 4 years to say that.
Yeah. And to be fair, maybe he forgot. I almost forgot. He won the fucking C2. How long ago was that?
2 years ago.
Yeah.
But he wasn't worried about that. He was more worried about telling us he had to go home and go to sleep. Where Eddie from 4 years ago, the promo would be the most important thing that he had to do. The promo and this match on the 10th, selling the matchup. This Eddie that's why when I sent you the promo from Collision, which I did think was better than this, I said this is a sign of life. I didn't say Eddie Kingston is back. I saw so many people saying, "Oh, Eddie Kingston's back." I can't take one good promo and say he's back. I just think that's a sign of life. And he did have a little bit of intensity here, but it also is basically in a sandwich where the sandwich has a bug, and the bug is him telling us, "I'd rather be home and go to sleep."
It's wild. I think a part of this is that this is fake, for lack of a better word. Whenever it feels like he's talking to Moxley or stuff with Punk, it feels like there's real emotion there. Like they really got beef.
Yeah, I think it is. Joe was probably the one who was the defender for him because they have similar looks and stuff like that. But I did like the one part of Eddie's promo that I did like, because if you're a Samoa Joe fan, you're like, oh, 100%, he's 100% right. Is him bringing up that Joe hated those old timers, because you know what that reminded me of. The TNA promo. Yes. The TNA. I was like, yes. Joe hated the old timers who were like this, and now he's become what he hated. I was like, that was good. That was a good line.
Should have said I'll slap you like Nash did.
Deep cut. I love it. I love the deep cut. We got here. It doesn't seem like our chat is into the hook stuff. We got Power Drive Finisher. This says, nah, no one's loving the hook stuff. Davion says, I gave up on Hook a long time ago. We got King Potate, who says, can't stand Hook. He cannot do a one-on-one interviews either. Oh, man, yes. I said it on In the Weeds. I'll say it here. AEW released a one-on-one interview with Alicia to interviewing Hook at his home in New York. Oh, my God. The script was actually good. It was actually good. Like, the explanation of him being like, he was like, I've always been a part of the Hops. The Hops is my family. He was like, it was actually me who made the call to call up Powerhouse Hobbs to replace me. He was like, Hobbs has always been my brother. We were in Teen Taz together. We've known each other all this time. And he was like, Samoa Joe's like an uncle to me. He used to be at my house all the time. And I was like, that makes sense with the whole Taz and Samoa Joe connection. The script was really good. I thought it was a good explanation. His delivery is like all-time worse. It might be all-time worse. He is not believable trying to be the tough, badass babyface. He's not believable trying to be the smart ass, swarmy, asshole second-generation wrestler. It just doesn't work.
Okay. I'm glad you all finally come around. Only took you 4 years. Good job. Good for y'all. Slowly but surely.
Big Man Doug says Tony loves Hook because he was legit over 4 years ago and sees him as a big AEW original.
I can see that. He was absurdly over 4 years ago. He's so not. It's shocking to me. Jack Perry's more over than he is. He's doing something wrong.
Dion says Hook seems like a guy that doesn't work on his craft.
I agree. If you're not in the gym or in the gym locker room, bent over with a needle in your ass, you're not taking this shit serious. He fucking clearly does not. Sorry. He's a tiny stand next to Hobbs in him. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? He clearly doesn't care.
I just don't understand how you could be Taz's son. You could be Samoa Joe's nephew. You can be tag team partners with Eddie Kingston, and you can't cut a promo. You can't cut a promo. That doesn't add up. That's like saying you learned how to do jump shooting from Steph Curry. You learned how to do the post up fadeaway from Kobe and Mike. You learned how to do the sky hook from Kareem, but you can't make a shot.
That's listen, talking is not biological. It's not genetic. It's something that you work on. Assume you have any natural talent, and I'm not sure he has natural talent as far as talking goes. And if he does, he certainly hasn't worked on it. It is heinous.
Speaking of which, backstage we go to the Ops, who are here to talk. We got Powerhouse Hobbs talking, so at least there was some good part of this. Hobbs though says the stupidest line of this whole thing, where he said, "We were watching Ring of Honor last night, and we saw a trio that impressed us, the Dark Order." I was like, "What? What? You gotta be shitting me." They said they're going to beat up the Dark Order. If the Dark Order beats them, they'll get a shot at the AEW World Trios Championships. And Hook reminds us that the Dark Order were once good friends with Hangman. Literally, the last time we saw a Dark Order on AEW Dynamite was 2023, where they turned on Hangman Adam Page.
This should be, this should be a thing they do every week. And every week it's just an unimpressive tag team that they mention.
That would be fun. Yeah, that would
be like Bret Hart's El Dandy thing. Which is the funniest thing ever to me. I laugh every fucking time I see it. Yes,
that would be fun. I will say that will be fun.
It didn't sound like they were trolling, but I would go back and pretend like they were.
I wouldn't mind them being like, you know what, we're just gonna troll them now. They wanted an easy night. I can understand that. That'll be fine. That'll be fine as far if they continue down this path. King Pate says Hook is the new Jericho, forcibly shoved down our throats every week on primetime TV.
God damn. You're not wrong, technically. Jesus.
You don't have to be mean. But we go to the first of our 3 Continental Classic matches on the show. First, we have for the Gold League, Pac, who has. Oh, I was like, yo, when I saw this picture, I was like, oh my god, who did he? What horse did he eat?
Absolutely, needles right in the ass. I'm here for it, sir. Keep up the good work.
Back with 3 points in the Gold League, going up against Kazuchika Okada, who has 0 points following his loss against Kyle Fletcher. Pac defeated Speedball Mike Bailey on Collision last week. Okada works on the arm early on to start. They forearm each other with Pac getting the better of things. Pac hits a nice missile dropkick. Okada goes to the outside to get a breather. Okada gets the better of things outside. We get Pac in the ring. He has full momentum early on, and he goes for his running lariat where he runs off the rope multiple times and hits the lariat. But the way Okada slipped out of the ring was hilarious. He slips out of the ring after taking a chop, and he's just still rubbing his chest. He's like, oh, no, I need a break. Oh, my chest. Pac comes to the ropes and he trips him up and he gets the advantage. Okada's just so hilarious. We come back from commercial break. Pac misses a dropkick, allowing Okada to hit a pitch perfect dropkick of his own. DDT by Okada. He follows up. He gets a 2 count, but he follows up with the body slam and then the top rope dropkick before he gives the middle finger Rainmaker pose. The Rainmaker is blocked, though, as Pac grabs a slingshot cutter. Yo, that shit looked vicious. Him just going over the top. Whenever Pac hit like high impact moves, it's like he kind of hit it out of nowhere. He kind of got you into like a lull where he was going into Okada's pace, and then he would speed up and hit a high impact move suddenly in this matchup. Okada shrugs off the slingshot cutter and then hits another pitch perfect drop kick. He hurries and tries to go for the Rainmaker, but is cut off. Then we get a German suplex on out of the corner from Pac, then a bridging one for a 2 count. Pac gets up Okada, but he's able to reverse things into a tombstone. He goes up top, but Pac cuts him off and hits an avalanche brainbuster. He then loads up. He finally hits the running lariat after teasing it multiple times in the matchup. He hits that, and then he goes for the brutalizer, which was the same way that he beat Speedball Mike Bailey last week on Collision, but Okada is able to reverse that into a pinning combination for the 1-2-3 and the win. Okada gets his first win in this year's Continental Classic. He earns 3 points in the Gold League. He is 1-1, while Pac moves to 1-1 himself. Love this. I love the little callbacks that they did to their previous matchup in the Continental Classic. We had Okada at one point. He goes for the Rainmaker, and Pac reverses it into the same pinning combination that got Fletcher the win last week. Pac went for the same finish that beat Speedball last week, and Okada was able to reverse that for the win. So, like that little callback here, this match went 13 and a half minutes. Thought it was really good. What did you think?
Hold on. Checking Cage Match to see how mad you guys are going to be at me.
Oh, no, they gave it like 6.7 on Cage Match.
Right. Yeah, this is mid as fuck. This is what I expected. I thought you got really excited about this match when it was announced. Then I realized it's Okada on free TV. And you get what you pay for. You're paying for nothing. So you will get nothing and you will like it. I saved my wrestling for a pay-per-view, apparently. And only some of them at that. Good Lord. I was so very bored. Yeah. I don't know if Okada's just not a fan or is this just his TV pace. I think it just is. If we can pretend it's character stuff, I can go with that. Sure. Rolls out of the ring, rubs his chest, rolls out of the ring, does something else. Slow moves around here. Feels like you're not working, sir. I'm not mad at it. Hey, you're getting paid. Good for you. But I don't have to pretend to be excited. This stunk. Stunk is strong. 3 stars is fine.
We go to Mark Briscoe backstage, the TNT champion. Mark is ready to face Daniel Garcia again for the TNT Championship. He said when he met Garcia last year, he thought he was a good young star on the rise. But now he sees that he has gone down a Death Rider downfall to descent. He says that he is not the same person. He doesn't think as much of Garcia this time around, but he knows that the talent is there. He says that he is willing to give him the opportunity at the TNT Championship coming up in Cardiff, Wales, when they have AEW Collision. Winter is coming next Saturday, so the challenge has been made there. What did you think?
That belt's fire. I'll say that much. Yeah. But promo was fine. I mean, you're talking about Daniel Garcia. I can only get so excited. Daniel Garcia versus Mark Briscoe. The TNT Championship. Remember when Cody Rhodes and Brody had title matches and Edge and Malachi Black and, well, here we are. There you go. Fair enough. Though I suppose it's a little better than Ricochet and Dalton Castle. What the fuck?
Speaking of which, we go to earlier today. Ricochet is with the Gates of Agony. He promises to beat Dalton Castle at ROH Final Battle. He also lets us know that promoters all over the world are calling him up to defend the AEW National Championship in their promotion. And he says that he is going to be a fighting champion. So not only will he defend his title at ROH Final Battle against Dalton Castle, he will defend it this Saturday on Collision in Columbus, Ohio as well.
This is what I mean when I say people should be allowed to do what makes them happy. I see a lot of people making fun of him that he left the promotion to go to a different promotion, do the exact same thing, but he's not doing the same thing. He's yapping and cutting promos and having personality, and this apparently makes him happy, even though he's relatively in the exact same fucking position. Good for you, then. I'm happy. Feel free. It's ass, but I'm glad you like it, I suppose. Holy shit. Holy shit. I'd quit wrestling. Make my hot girlfriend support me because it's a waste of my fucking time.
I have it.
What have you done before this? Have you always been a wrestler? I would imagine so.
He's been a wrestler since he was like 18, I think.
Yeah, I can see that. Damn. That's a shame.
Mark Briscoe is back, this time with the Conglomeration. The Conglomeration are ready for their next matchup in the Continental Classic. Mark Briscoe says that it wasn't a good start as they are both 0-1 in the Continental Classic, but that is going to change because this Saturday on Collision, it will be Roderick Strong versus Orange Cassidy in the Blue League of the Continental Classic. But we get Orange. Strong says we get the Bays of Wrath first. They try to basically put their arms around Roderick to basically accept him into the conglomeration. But Roderick says he's not a part of the conglomeration. He is not in the conglomeration at all. Orange then tells Mark to tell him about the rules that they want for the matchup. And Mark says that it will be conglomeration rules, which means no chops. And Roderick's like, get the fuck out of here. He's like, I promise to break your back on Collision. And Orange is less than enthused about hearing.
When I say I would cull this roster, I mean I would chop it to the fucking bone. That's exactly what I fucking mean. I would send so many people to the Shadow Realm. By that, I mean Ring of Honor and Collision. It'd be jarring. It'd be 10 people on this fucking show every week. Good Lord.
Would you keep anyone who was in that segment?
Willow.
That's it.
And Harley. Harley can stay too.
None of the men.
No.
Not Mark. Mark, you liked Mark a while ago.
When ago? A while ago. With 2 H's. HWH. A while ago. Good Lord. Yeah. Yeah, I keep them. They could be on Collision. Collision would be my match for the losers who are home on a Saturday night. Because they don't have a girl and or, in SP3's case, are trying to escape from the world for a few hours at a time. So they could just watch.
He's trying to escape from the world. I like my world.
Babies crying and fucking expensive, paying for 4 people. Fuck out of here. I like doing that. I like paying for 4 people. Right, sure you do. And just want to escape from the world for 2 hours. They can watch Roddy and Orange or Mark Briscoe and Daniel Garcia. Absolutely. I'm here for it. Feel free. Red Velvet and Serena Deeb, whoever. Feel free. Enjoy.
At this point, we learned that I was right. I was accurate in my description last week when we talked about Kevin the Jet Knight versus Darby Allin. And I said that coast to coast dropkick might have been the worst bump of Darby Allin's career. He is in the hospital. He cannot travel, and it's not clear to compete on this show. We will have an update on Darby Allin on Saturday. I am not surprised that Kevin Knight could have kept going. He dropkicked through this man's body. This man doesn't have that much body. But the fact of the matter is, Darby Allin has flipped off of a 20-foot ladder into a pane of glass. He has been hit by a bus. He climbed Mount Everest. He is in the hospital because of his day job.
I was about to say that. Climb Mount Everest. He's been set on fire. A little kick sent him to the hospital. Ain't that a shame?
That's how it works, doesn't it? That's how it works, right?
Hey, I hope it makes you rethink your life. I doubt it will, but just hoping. Oh, Fitz, you're back. You've been missing. I was in frantic world, been running away from responsibilities. I appreciate it.
They should run a live stream of Darby in the hospital. I'm sorry, that little shot of him in the hospital bed, I was like, oh, I feel for this man.
I had the exact opposite feeling. Good for you. Maybe now you'll learn something. Good. Should have happened a lot sooner. Good Lord.
You're evil. You are an evil person.
He just feel me fine. Slow down.
Oh, man. All right. Now time to talk about our next Continental Classic matchup, which I would expect you enjoyed as much as I did. Kyle Fletcher versus Kevin the Jet Knight in the Gold League. Knight backs up Kyle Fletcher against the ropes to start. Fletcher gives him a pat on the chest. Both men are showing off their cocky side as we get Fletcher who shoulder blocks Knight down and then poses, flexing his arms. But then Knight, after Fletcher goes down for a drop down, he steps over him and poses himself. Fletcher manages to kick Knight out to the floor, but Knight is able to respond as he's able to reverse things as they're at ringside, and Knight comes off the apron with a move, but Fletcher's able to catch him. It looks like Fletcher is going to do his power bomb onto the apron, but Knight is able to reverse things, and he's able to hit that springboard clothesline off the apron. I love the fact that this dude is just coming up with different ways to do the same move. He just does the springboard clothesline in several different ways. We had this one. We had one where he goes into the ring and he soars on the clothesline to Fletcher onto the floor. But Jimmy, my favorite spot of this matchup, that fucking dropkick. The fact that Okada is on this show and he does not have the best dropkick on this fucking show. This dropkick from Kevin Knight is the perfect explanation of how two opponents work together to make a move look like death. Because he hits the dropkick on Fletcher, and they built up to the dropkick because he missed it early, but they built up to it. He hits it, and Fletcher sells this shit like he's dead. He falls down, and he's got his arm limp on the side. That was a great sell. We come back from break. And we get that drop kick. Then Fletcher sends Knight into the ropes. But Knight is able to score with another springboard clothesline. And this one was shot even better than the first one, where we don't even see Knight do the springboard. The camera is focused on Fletcher running the ropes, and it looks like Knight just comes out the sky and hits him with the springboard clothesline. That gets him a near fall. He then hits the jump up DDT and plants Fletcher. He then hits him with another one on the apron. He heads up to the top, but Knight is crotch. Knight is able to tie up Fletcher, though, in the Tree of Woe, and he's able to hit the insane coast-to-coast dropkick. He did not get as much air as he got on Darby, thankfully, for Fletcher. Maybe someone said something to him. He goes up top. He goes for the UFO splash, but Fletcher gets his knees up, and that leads to a fantastic closing stretch where Fletcher gets the knees up. He goes for the cradle. You think that's the finish. Knight kicks out. Big pop. Knight comes back. Fletcher's able to get him down with a sit-out powerbomb. Another great close near fall. Knight goes for another springboard, but Fletcher's able to cut him off with a super kick. Great timing on that. He then gets the Aluva kick, then finally finishes off Knight with the sheer drop brainbuster for the victory. This match went just over 13 minutes, and this was fucking splendid. I loved every minute of this. This is my favorite match of the tournament so far, and this honestly feels like this should be the future of AEW because these two guys are so talented. They're so young. They got their future ahead of them. I want to see more of these two against each other, and Kevin Knight, he's been my MVP of the tournament so far.
Sure. 2 weeks in a row. Probably the match of the night, both weeks. Incredible performances against Darby and Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher, to me, ever since he started eating rice and broccoli and boiled chicken.
Kangaroos.
Yeah, kangaroos. And tremendously improved his look. He's been fantastic. When he turns it up a notch, he is so fast. That kick he gave fucking Knight at the end is jarring. And he's toned down his fucking yelling. So when he does it, it's just going to go, oh, there you go. Right, that guy. Fucking works for me big time. I love this match. Kevin Knight is impossibly athletic. He's got which one of the top flight guys is the super light one?
Dante Martin.
Thank you. He's got original Dante bounce.
Yes.
I think him and Javon, I'm naming all Negroes here. I'm sure it's not a coincidence. I'm sure him and Javon are the two most athletic wrestlers in the world. It is jarring to watch. Great job. Love this match. Fantastic.
Yeah. Fantastic stuff. The easy spoiler alert. Yeah, this is my match of the night as well. Brian was back on his game on this show, in my opinion. I thought he was great on this match and the main event. But you can tell who Brian is a fan of. And he loves Kevin Knight and Kyle Fletcher.
As he fucking should.
Dion says Kevin Knight is solid. Once he drops the dead weight, he'll go places. Y'all are outrageous. I hate all of y'all. I hate Jimmy and I hate all of y'all because y'all start talking like Jimmy. It gets me sick. Makes me sick.
He mentions this girl you really liked. She's hot. She's fine. You love everything about her. But every time you see her, she's walking around with this nigga with no shoes. You're like, something wrong with this bitch. I don't know what it is, but there's got to be something wrong with her. Let it go, sir. I give him another like a tag title match. Then I'll move on. So like say another 4 months. 4 months, they lose a tag title match, we move on with life.
Can they win the tag titles?
No, we lose. What? No.
Said, no, what?
No. Then we drop the Shoeless Wonder.
Big Man Dog says 3.75 through 4. Great match. This was not wrestling for babies. I'm a little bit higher on it than that. I love this match.
Lord. How high? Go ahead. 5 stars.
No. It's not 5 stars. I haven't given. You would be proud of me. I haven't given a 5-star match in like 3 months. I would probably go like 4.5.
Jesus Christ!
I love the match. I thought it was fantastic. Davion says this was absolutely fantastic. We also got him saying we finna get Kyle versus Speedball and Kevin versus Pac soon. Oh my. Those should be good. Pac and Fletcher should be awesome as well. Ninja Mortis says, yo, that super kick was a thing of beauty. I love that drop kick. That drop kick sell by Fletcher was fantastic. He fell that shit. He did like this. He was like this. Like he fell asleep after the drop kick.
Somebody said he should have beat Hangman. I'm not gonna say I like that idea, but I'm not against it.
What, he should have been the one to dethrone Hangman?
Yeah, you flip-flop Joe and Fletcher.
I wouldn't have minded that.
I wouldn't have minded.
It would have shown AEW is different from WWE because they would have gone with the young guy.
Yeah, we're just over
it. That would have been a great move. That would have been a great move to get any like basically jaded WWE fans that's like, oh man, I gotta wait forever for Dom and Braun and Javon to actually get pushed. But over here, the young guy is the world champion.
Instead, it's Samoa Joe.
It's like we got older. What the fuck? Like you're going in the wrong direction. Turn around. Southeast. It's too funny. It's too funny. We get but yeah, great stuff by both guys. They are showing out so far in the Continental Classic, the both of them. Post-match though, we get and Kyle Fletcher currently has 6 points. He's 2-0 in the Continental Classic. Kevin Knight still has 3 points with 3 matches left, and he's 1-1. Post-match, Don Callis, who was on commentary for both the Okada and Fletcher matches, he gets in the ring on the mic. Out comes the Don Callis members of Josh Alexander and Hechicero, each carrying a bag of money, which was the money that Alexander and the Young Bucks won in the $1 Million Trios matchup at Full Gear. They basically like mistimed this post-match before we go to commercial break, where Callis had to basically improvise and basically be like, oh, I'll tell you more when we come back from break. And he had to basically cut his promo during the commercial. When we come back from break, though, Callis calls out the Young Bucks. He gives Fletcher some time to talk. Fletcher says he's exhausted after that matchup. And then he calls out the Young Bucks, thus Callis, for doing the unforgivable. He said, in the Don Callis family, he's willing to forgive a lot. You can lie. You can cheat. You can steal. You can even commit murder. But they did the one unforgivable thing. They sided with Kenny Omega. That shit made me laugh. The fact that he emphasized murder, but he did the one unforgivable thing. Siding with Kenny Omega. Callis tells the Bucks to come get their money. So here comes the Young Bucks. They start hitting some super kicks on the Don Callis family until the numbers game get the better of them and they start getting attacked for a bit until Jurassic Express comes in and they make the save, but so do some more of the Don Callis family members. I was like, this shit is like a clown car. We got more niggas coming out. But from behind, as the Bucks are celebrating in the ring after Jurassic Express fights off some of the Callis family, Okada comes in and he betrays his former best friends. He hits Matt with the Rainmaker. He goes face to face with Nick. Nick tries to go for a super kick. He catches it. So Josh Alexander can chop block Nick. So the Young Bucks are being beaten down until the music of the Cleaner, Kenny Omega, hits. Omega comes out. He fights off the Callis family. Okada comes from behind and he tries to hit the Rainmaker, but Omega's able to reverse that into the Snapdragon. He looks for the V-trigger, but Okada escapes. He gets out the ring. The Callis family bails on the entranceway while the Elite as well as Jurassic Express are standing tall in the ring. What did you think about this post-match angle?
You ever seen that meme of Homelander staring at homegirl who's coughing or sneezing?
Yes.
The kind of disgust look he has in his face? That's Roman looking at Kenny Omega. The fuck are you even doing? This is beyond you, sir. Beneath you, clearly. And I don't understand. I felt nothing about any of this. After Cal's promo, I feel nothing. Like you said, the Omega thing popped me. Something about murder and then fucking side of Kenny Omega. It's so quiet and preposterous. And then it's the Young Bucks and Jurassic Express. And then here comes Kenny Omega dealing with bums. What the fuck? You should be fucking politicking your way into ruining Samoa Joe's title reign. Instead, you are fucking wrestling these people. Are you fucking serious? Wrestling the D team from the Callis family? What is going on? Good Lord. So sad. That's a shame.
I would love for Kenny Omega to be like, I need to first Joe at World's End. I need to be the one to dethrone Joe 1 year after I return to the company. That's what the people want to see.
But no, we're going to help out our friends. Oh, good Lord.
I've said it once, I'll say it again. The Kenny Omega booking around him not doing any singles matches has been it's been very poorly handled. I think that's the best way to put it. It's been very poorly handled because they keep setting up singles matches. Because I saw more people out of this whole segment, more people saying, "Oh, I'm down for Okada Omega 6" more than anything.
What are these people talking about? What are they watching? That's not what's happening.
Exactly. I was like, it's obvious they're setting up for a 5-on-5, guys.
Like, good Lord. Whatever.
Oh yeah. We know this, sports and things. We literally, that's literally what I'm saying. Is that he is being booked to not have singles matches. Yet that's all that fans keep taking away from all of these segments. All the segments that built up to the $1 Million Trios matchup, they were like, oh, when they're going to do Kenny Omega and Josh Alexander. He was written off TV in September with a whole angle that put over Kyle Fletcher over him. Like, why do you keep doing this? Why do you keep giving us these Kenny Omega singles matches that we want to see a lot more than a Kenny Omega trios or multi-man match?
Jarring. What's wrong with Kenny? Is he just old? Like his body's just broken down?
Yeah, that's what the company and him is saying, that his body is too broken down and this is the only way that he can keep going. He's basically, they make it sound like he's in the same state as Bryan Danielson, who is not wrestling because his neck is completely fucked.
Fair enough. Let's say if this was like a single thing, let's say he had a fucked up shoulder, I would just keep him out. I'd rather keep him out and then wait for him to come back. But if this is just general old madness from wrestling for 20 fucking years, then yeah, I guess this is the only way to do it. Ugh.
But just figure out a different way to do it where you're not keep promoting these singles matches.
Agreed. Keep him away from Okada and these people. Just have him wrestle, have him beat up what's his face, Rocky and them.
Like, and like, what the fuck can we like come to like the end game on the Kenny Omega and Don Callis family rivalry? Because he's been feuding with them for 2 years.
There is that. Fair enough. It was time for hang it up.
There's no end game in sight with this. That's the thing.
Yeah, there's no like one thing. Oh, he hasn't done this yet. We should do this. Unless it's Fletcher.
And I'd much rather they wait if they waited this long. I'd much rather they wait for the Fletcher matchup when Fletcher's a champion. I think it's more interesting if it's Fletcher and Omega when he's world champion.
Yeah, he's gonna try to ruin Don Callis' life. Then Fletcher wins anyway. I'm here for it.
We get a promo that I actually enjoyed a couple of these like shorter vignette promos that they did on the show. This first one was with the Babes of Wrath. We hear from Willow and Harley, who are excited.
Lord.
about next week, as they'll be in the finals of the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship Tournament. They said they fought hard, they have come together, they have really bonded and connected, and they're ready to make history next week at Winter is Coming in Atlanta, Georgia. They plan on becoming the inaugural champions. Do you just want me to keep the picture up?
Yeah.
This is a beautiful pair of women to be in the same team together.
That's somebody knew what they were doing. Clearly, you got to keep this lighting guy too. This is great lighting.
Yo, I said that too. I was like, I like these pictures. I don't know. I don't think it's just because it's good pictures from wrestling. I think these are just good lighting and everything.
Right? We're fucking professionals. Oh yeah, good promo though.
I was gonna say, I was like, okay, are you done now reacting? Can you tell me how you felt about the promo?
I think they should go over. That's how good this promo was. I was on the fence.
Honestly, yeah, like that would be the surprise finish. Considering who they're facing next week, I wouldn't mind that. If that's the best thing that we can do for Willow at this point, because I wouldn't mind Willow losing and somehow getting Mercedes and being the one to dethrone Mercedes.
Yeah. And then Knight wins the Rumble. And then it's LA Knight versus Punk. And then Ride. Yeah.
You know what? I'd much rather LA Knight versus CM Punk than Cody versus Roman at WrestleMania next year. Fuck that. Like, absolutely, I would love that.
Yeah. Keep your hopes low. Therefore, you won't be disappointed.
Christopher is still mad that his Sisters of Sin lost. He said they are not a real team. You can hear the vitriol that he had in his voice as he typed this. They are not a real team.
It'll be all right. Those kids are young. You get to watch them be mediocre for years to come.
You're foul for that. Next up, we got the other semifinal matchup in the women's tag team title tournament. Semifinals, it is Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir, who are now known as Mega Problems.
Shut the fuck up. Good Lord. Would you all stop?
I actually don't think it's as bad as most people would say this. But I think I was like, that's actually clever, but no one's gonna say that. But yeah, they're facing the Timeless Love Bombs, Timeless Toni Storm, and Mina Shirakawa. Deathmatch rules, so it's a brawl right from the start. The Bombs bust out some hard candy canes. Shivani thinks that it might be different than usual candy canes. Shut up! Shut the fuck up! What the fuck? Take over. Shirakawa is dropped onto Bayne. Shafir is back with a head scissors driver to send Tony into the apron, and then Shirakawa is thrown onto Storm as well. Storm busts out a bottle and starts stabbing freaking Marina Shafir in the head with it. We come back with the villain still in control. They're unloading with various weapons. Shirakawa drop kicks a chair into Bayne's face. Storm Zero sends Bayne through a table at ringside. That looked like a dangerous bump. I was like, Tony, I know Tony, that sucked for her because she's basically just going through the table with this bump here. Shirakawa then is in the ring with Marina Shafir. Marina Shafir tries to go for Mother's Milk, but that is broken up. We get another spot where I was like, these poor titties being assaulted with weapons. She's hitting her titties with a frying pan. Save the titties. Save the titties, y'all. Top rope sling blade onto a steel chair by Mina Shirakawa gets a 2 count. Bayne drives Storm into the cover to break it up. Bayne spears Shirakawa through a table in the corner, but then a Storm Zero sends Megan Bayne's head into Marina Shafir's ribs. That was a nice little double team move by Storm, or solo double team move here. Then finally, as it looks like Marina Shafir has Toni Storm dead to rights, Santa Claus is here for this holiday hardcore death match. He shows up. He has a present in hand for Marina Shafir. Marina Shafir takes the box and drops it to the floor, but don't worry, the gift is still there, as it is Luther who is behind the Santa Claus beard. He flips off Marina Shafir. He then hands the shoe to Toni Storm. She stabs Shafir in her bloody head and then gets her into the big package for the 1-2-3 to pick up the victory here. This one just went over 11 minutes. This is just a turn your brain off, and it's stupid fun, but I can also see people hating this. So it depends on how you view it. What did you think? I think you're muted.
Thank you. I didn't hate it. Did I? No, I didn't hate it. It was mid, but I didn't hate it. It was probably the least impressive of all those fucking Rampage hardcore matches, mostly because it wasn't really a hardcore match. This was definitely a Toni Storm match. Entering into her universe. My guess is they win next week, but I think it's the wrong call. Who wants to see fucking The Rock and the Brooklyn Brawlers tag team champions? I don't.
Why do you keep going lower on Mina?
No interest. I see Fitz. Is Mina washed? She was slow doing it. Is she washed? Doesn't washed up stands for washed up. You have to be up to be washed up. She is not washed. She's not very good. She hasn't been very good. You just this time you have post nut clarity. You're watching the match after you bust a nut instead of before. You're like, you know what? I don't think she's very good. No, she isn't. She's never been. I've been trying to tell you all that for weeks at this point. Nobody's listening. Finally.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Come on, man. No disrespect, but come on. We did this thing with Mariah May, and now we're stuck with her forever? That's not fair.
Post-nut clarity.
Send her to NXT so we don't have to watch. Lord. She's gorgeous, but it only counts for so much.
Post-nut clarity. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I am going to say. I like the fact that it's two babyface teams next week, because a lot of us assumed Sisters of Sin win. That means Timeless Love Bonds win on this side. People assumed when Babes of Wrath won, that means Mega Problems was going to win on this side. I like the fact that it's the two babyface teams.
Yeah, and listen, if either team wins, it's a respectable start to the tag division. A respectable start and end to the tag division, because there's nobody gives a fuck about this after this fucking tournament. He didn't care during the tournament. But we'll see.
He sure did not. He sure made it very clear that this is not a priority. But I do think that it is nice that the women are involved in the tournament at the same time as the men, where I can see them like doing a Continental Classic at the same time with the women next year as the men.
Why?
They just want to make this tournament season.
I'm not against tournaments. I would have 6 tournaments a year if I was out of the company. I love tournaments. And I think they should be ran frequently.
You would love New Japan then.
Yeah, probably. I spoke Japanese.
They got English commentary. Relax. Come on. What are you doing?
But we'll see. We'll see. I'm curious at the very least.
Well, right now, AEW does 2 main tournaments every year. The Owen and the Continental Classic. So
okay. So I would do those 2. And then they don't need to be scheduled. I would do like a number 1 tennis tournament and fucking such and such and such and such.
Where do you place that? Because I think that the Continental Classic is mainly around this time of the year, because this is the least interest that wrestling usually has every year. And over the last 2 years, and even this year, you see more people talking about AEW because of the Continental Classic. So it is a good thing to kind of revert against the natural tendencies of fans to make them a little bit more interested to watch wrestling at the time that they're least interested in watching it. And the Owen Cup, it coincides with their big matchup, which, remember, and I don't know if you remember this, like 2-3 years ago, we had that whole conversation about how every other promotion has the big lead up before their big event.
Right.
WrestleMania, you have the Royal Rumble that sets up the main event for WrestleMania. New Japan, you have the G1 that sets up the main event for Wrestle Kingdom. And they finally took the advice after me saying it and you saying it for a couple of years last year when they made the Owen Cup. The winner gets the opportunity at All In. So there's some structure to build up to your big event of the year. I think that they can make that work in the same way with the Continental Classic, where it should be the finals is just to get a title opportunity, and it sets up the main event for Revolution.
Jesus, when does this fucking thing end? It ends at World's End?
Yeah.
Revolution's in March?
Yes.
What are we doing for 2 months?
It's basically the same time frame that's between the end of the G1. Well, actually, the end of the G1 to Wrestle Kingdom is much longer. It's actually 4.5 months. But basically, what you do in between, you build up the challenger, you build up the matchup, you basically build them credibility. Anyone that beat them in the tournament, usually the winner of the D1, they defend their title opportunity against anyone that scored a win over them in the tournament. So you could build up rivalries in that way to head up into the big show at Revolution. There's ways around that where 3 months, I don't think it's as long as people will think in their head it is.
A title shot at Grand Slam Australia. I'm gonna pass on that.
Yeah, no. The key to my whole booking here, Fitzgerald, is I am building around the 2 main shows of the year: Revolution, All In.
Grand Slam shows is funny. That's an idea. Yeah, scrap the Continental title, make it for the world title. I'm with you. I'm great. I didn't realize these tournaments as long as they are. So yeah, I'd probably go with 4, maybe 3. I don't.
Yeah, I think you could do 2 and 2 because if you count in the Owen as 2 separate tournaments for the women and the men's, you just do 2 tournaments for the women, 2 tournaments for the men.
That's not happening. Never mind. Sorry.
He came to the revelation.
Once you said 2 for the men and 2 for the women, yeah, they're not gonna do that. Let's move on.
He don't believe in equality. What about
WWE? Let me see. They've got the King of the Ring and the Queen of the Ring at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Jesus. When is that? May? Is that still in May?
May, yes.
I will run another one in October. For what?
What should it be for?
Just do it. Just do it. Tournaments are fun.
I would love, it's something interesting they could have done, and they could have done it for the Cena show. They should do a tournament with NXT talent, and the winner gets called up.
Oh, that's fire, actually. I'm not mad at that.
I would love that. I think that would be very interesting. And you only run the matches on the main roster. So we're being introduced to a lot of NXT talent during the tournament.
I'm not against that.
I think that would be a cool idea for a tournament.
I've already got an angle of somebody trying to get off of fucking NXT. Some WWE guy who's been banished to NXT trying to get off of it. Miz or fucking somebody trying to work their way back.
Yo, that's perfect. Yo, give me and Jimmy the pen. I'm saying we can improve AEW and WWE. What we talking about here? Like, come on, man. So we hear from we get another vignette from the women's division as Triangle of Madness is sick of AEW Women's World Champion Chris Statlander and Jamie Hayter, while Jamie and Chris have issued a challenge, a tag team matchup for Collision Winter is Coming in Cardiff, Wales. They want to settle the score with the Triangle of Madness coming off the heels of Blood and Guts. But my favorite part of this whole thing was Jamie Hayter making it known. She's like, once we're done with that, me and you, we need to have a little chat.
Let's go.
Chris Statlander asks, what is that about? And Jamie Hayter's been watching way too much Raw and SmackDown as she just looked at the title. That's how you can let someone know you're coming for the gold. So how I would do it, you do Tekla can get her shot at World's End because World's End is a holiday show. It doesn't really matter. Revolution next year, Hayter, Statlander. Do it. Book it.
Sure. Can we talk about these fucking outfits they got on? Good Lord. Ill to all of this. I love that. We're stars. You gotta, no, please don't. Never again. Keep it simple, stupid. God damn, that's fucking heinous.
You got Donna Chic over here, Donna from That 70s Show, and then you got, I don't even know what Chris Statlander is going for here.
What the fuck is this? It's like she's in Dune or something. This stinks. Good Lord. Look at it talented, goddammit.
He said she looks like she's in Dune.
Ugh. Yeah.
The next, we get another backstage segment, which I saw as I told you, the Eddie promo on Collision was a sign of life.
Uh-oh.
I was like, this is a sign that we might be doing it, might be finally doing it. And then I was like, by the end of the promo, I was like, no, they're not going to do it. Mercedes Moné is here. She's back from her loss at Full Gear. And as soon as Renee asks her about the Full Gear, she starts having a semi-mental breakdown. She's like, I am the champion. I am a global superstar. I have 13 titles. It's like she was not even saying it to Renee or to the camera. She was more saying it to herself to calm herself down. She then brags about her various successes. Then Renee asks her about the ROH Women's TV title match this Friday at Final Battle. She says she's ready to beat Red Velvet again. She says that she will even prove Red Velvet wrong, as she will be on Ring of Honor TV this week to show her how it's done on her home. And then at Final Battle, she will retain her title and continue to be the global Moné superstar. The little sign at the beginning of her having like a mini mental breakdown. If you are going to do the downfall of Mercedes, it should be the second loss for the AEW Women's World title leads to her start to lose these titles. So I said that this was like a slight sign. The real sign will be if she loses on Friday, which I don't think is going to happen. So that's why I said by the end of the promo, I was like, they're not going to do it.
Yeah, it's a Red Velvet. Not doing that. Mercedes Reigns is not losing to fucking Red Velvet. Would you stop it? I don't know. I gotta be honest. I think we've passed the point where this would have been interesting for me. The build up to it has been so mediocre and kind of a mess. But she's taken some big losses already, but they don't affect the story. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. If this would have started after she lost to Tony, which would have made the most sense to me, I'd be here for it. But it didn't. So no. We had to beat Jade record.
It probably should have started after Tony, but you definitely shouldn't do the second title matchup if you're not going to do it right after.
Yeah,
like honestly, in retrospect, and this was my complaint about the previous segment. Like I said, I like the vignette with Chris Statlander and Jamie Hayter, but Chris Statlander feels like a WWE Women's World Champion. How Triple H puts these Women's World title on Io Sky and Stephanie McMahon, and then they just stop wrestling and stop showing up. That's how he's booking. That's how Tony Khan's booking Chris Statlander with this AEW Women's World Championship. He puts her in backstage segment, puts her in the short vignette when she should be having more. And really, it all goes back to the beginning of the reign. She should have been feuding with Marina Shafir after she turned on the Death Riders. That's the hottest she was after the title win. The most reaction she got was flipping off Moxley and turning down the Death Riders. They should have rode that out a little bit longer and at least give her a title match with Marina Shafir. And then you do Toni Storm at Full Gear. They shouldn't have done the Mercedes feud at all.
I'm not against that. In fact, I agree. It did feel out of place. I'm not entirely sure why they did it outside of people thinking beating Mercedes makes you look strong. It just doesn't. I don't know why. She's got a Ric Flair-like quality to her where it feels like it should work, but for some reason, if you're not taking a belt off them, it doesn't feel as big as it should. Yeah, I'm over all this. Not Statlander. Statlander is about where I expect her to be. I told you all. She's a wrestler. She's not wrestling. She's mediocre. Sorry. It is what it is. So, yeah, I definitely keep her in the ring. This is definitely a Triple H-like situation here. Like, Io is a wrestler. Stephanie McMahon is a wrestler. You should have them wrestle. But you would have the champion wrestle less, so it seems more special. It's not how this works. This is not 1976, so if you fucking get to it.
It's not 1976, and she is not Hulk Hogan.
Yes, I can watch Hulk Hogan backstage segments. I don't want to see fucking EO backstage.
All right, let me talk about one of my favorite parts of the show. FTR backstage talking about the Bang Bang Gang. We get Stokely Hathaway with his new catchphrase of "This is the greatest day of my life because FTR are AEW World Tag Team Champions." He says that it is pathetic that the Bang Bang Gang want their titles for their injured friends. They want to do it for Jay White and Colton Gunn. You trying to win titles to pop the boys on the injury list? We get Cash Wheeler, who has really improved, I think, throughout this whole new heel act with them. He's gotten so much better on the mic. And he gets on the mic and he says, "Man, you guys are claiming, you beat us before, but that was non-title. It's different now when the lights are on bright, when the titles are on the line." He was like, "Austin, weren't you AEW World Tag Team Champion? And who ended your reign?" "Oh, yeah, that was us." And Juice Robinson, you said it doesn't matter if it takes an hour. You're willing to, persevere and work hard and beat us. Well, it took you 58 minutes and you still couldn't get the job done before. And what makes you think things are going to change now? And then Dax Harwood puts the cherry on top. This man, he was disrespectful. This was disrespectful. Talking about Juice Robinson, I've known you your entire career. And you've always been a hanger-on. And what are you now? You're a bag holder. You're carrying the bags for everyone else in your crew. And now you're the leader? You're the leader of the group? This is all this. He said all this power is getting to your head and making you sound crazy. It's like, what are they doing? They are ripping these niggas apart right now. I was like, someone get them some help. This is assault. Dax says Austin only got his job because his dad, and this is his life for the past 13 years. He says he is dedicated to this. He dares them to put their hands on his title one more time. He said that he will be there this Saturday on Collision, and he dares them to come touch the titles again. Top guys out. That's heels in the game.
Juice Storm was hilarious.
Yes,
it took me a minute
Juice
too.
Storm. Yes, Juice Storm.
Very mature of you, sir. Yeah, it was really good. FTR are fucking fantastic. They are probably my favorite or second favorite act in the business to watch. Between them and Becky. It depends on who's on TV.
So good. I love this promo. This was great. This is 2 minutes. Accomplished so much. Actually got me interested in this rivalry now. I was like, this is a lot of history you're bringing up. I'm like, I agree.
Very true. I miss Jay White.
Oh, damn. They brought me down again. I'm sorry, guys. Fucking Dark Order. What the fuck are y'all doing?
Time machine.
It's like, what the fuck did I turn on? AEW 2021?
Sorry.
They're backstage. They're walking in the back. This is like the first time that we've seen them in 2 years on this show. Evil Uno says they have the ultimate opportunity tonight, and it has been a long time coming. Then Hangman Adam Page is about to just storm past them like he's not their friend, even though the Ox tried to tell us that he's their friend. But he stops when Alex Reynolds has something to say to him. He says, "Don't ruin this for them." Hangman says he owes them that much. He says they can have their match, but as soon as that bell rings, the Ops are his.
We owe him that much. Nigga, you don't owe anybody that much. What the fuck? I'm having a match, you cunt. Why'd you fucking wait?
Ugh. The match begins. The Ops are not having anything of the Dark Order's entrance. They jumped them before the bell. They beat their ass around ringside area. Hook hit some T-bone suplexes when the match actually begins. And then they had the fucking audacity to have this shit go to commercial. I was livid. I'm gonna be honest. I was like, That's the second most gangster thing I've seen this week. This first most gangster thing is the fact that Triple H did a 4-match PLE with a filler match. But this is second. Going to a commercial break for fucking Dark Order versus the Ops. Like, dude, what are we doing? Do you care about the ratings? Do you know what you? Obviously not. Obviously not. What are you doing here? Oh my god! Why are the Dark Order on this show 2 years after they turned on Hangman in a role where they are supposed to be beaten down to bring out Hangman? Doesn't make any sense. Eventually, Evil Uno is in there with Powerhouse Hobbs. They go at it for a bit before Hobbs hits the world's most dangerous slam. He gets the cover, and then the rest of the Dark Order come in to break it up. Silver and Reynolds tried to take care of Hobbs, but they get choked out from behind by Hook and Shibata. Meanwhile, you get Hobbs. He hits the Town Business, the Spine Buster for the 1-2-3 to pick up the win for the Ops here. Post-match, though, the Ops Dojo mate students, they get into the ring to celebrate, but out through the crowd comes Hangman Adam Page. He manages to get in some licks, but the Ops Dojo students help Hook escape from the ring. Meanwhile, Shibata and Hobbs are fighting off Hangman. Hobbs misses Hangman and hits Shibata by accident. Then Hangman takes out both of them. Security comes in and try to restrain him from going back after the Ops. And then Hangman starts beating the security's ass as well. Beats them off while Hobbs and Shibata run off. When we come back from commercial break, Hangman Adam Page is pacing around backstage. He says for 3 years, he fought to get back to the AEW World title. He fought, he sweat, he bled, he shed tears, he fought Ospreay, he fought Swerve, but he lost out because of Hook. I was like, dude, you just became the fans watching. Oh shit, that was great. He doesn't care if Joe or Eddie win. He is taking the world title back. And Hobbs, Shibata, if you want to fight, then next week, let's do it. Page isn't coming alone. You know who is coming with him. Get your affairs in order.
The fuck wasn't he here tonight?
Huh?
The fuck wasn't he here tonight?
I don't know. I was confused about that because when it was like 2-on-1 with Hangman and the Ops, I was like, where's Swerve at? But we get the setup for the tag team match next week, Shibata and Hobbs versus Swerve. But my one question is, why does Hangman need Swerve? He's beaten Hobbs. He's beaten Shibata. He got the better of them in a 2-on-1 on this fucking episode. So, really good promo. The match and the post-match were a waste. I could have just taken the promo. What did you think?
This is the fucking mess. I am shocked by how little this was pay-per-view? Full Gear? Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah.
I'm shocked by how much this post Full Gear run of Hangman Joe and company has been laid out. We brought back Swerve apparently for no reason because we needed something to end the pay-per-view. You would think a heel turn and a title change would be well enough to do that. I am so very confused by everything that has happened. Hangman bringing back up like when, as you said, he does not fucking need it. He easily handled 12 of these bums just now. What is the issue here? And why would he need Swerve of all people? And why is he treating Swerve like he's the Grim Reaper when Swerve is a man you've beaten the shit out of? What is going on with any of these people? I do not understand. What a terrible idea this is. This reeks of Vince McMahon baby faces. They all just get along. We're all baby faces. We all have the same goals. Except we don't. We don't. Fuck Swerve and Joe them for. I'm so very confused.
I don't think we need the explanation. We need the explanation from Hangman. It's more of like, we need to hear from Swerve. Why is he involved in this? Why does he have Hangman's back? Like, we need that. Like, we need that more than anything to fill in the logic holes here. But like, yeah, that was my main thing with the whole. I was like, why does Hangman need him? You beaten both of these guys in singles matches. You got the better of him here. Like, the promo would have been much effective if he's selling a beating from the ops, and now he's gonna call swerve because he needs backup.
So very confused. I hate it. He burned down my fucking house, and now we're buddies. Yeah, Swerve's got to come up with something. I'm not sure what he should say. Something.
Yeah, and like it could be something simple that we will even come up with. Like, you guys were fighting against the Death Riders, and you've become what you hated. You've become in the new Death Riders. That it could be something as simple as that. But the fact that we're 2 weeks into this thing and we haven't gotten that, you're on the clock. You're on the clock, Tony, in AEW. Like, what the fuck?
Ew. Fucking ew.
Fucking ew. We go backstage and we have the Don Callis family, because you haven't got enough of them yet. Don Callis is here with Okada and Fletcher. Callis says that he is sick of answering negative questions from Renee, who asks us about his interaction with the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega earlier. Okada blames Takeshita for what happened earlier tonight. Takeshita wasn't even there. And speaking of Takeshita, it's like he heard him. It's like his ears start ringing when Okada says his name. He arrives and says that he is tired of hearing his name come out of Okada's mouth. Before they can get into it with each other, Callis and Fletcher keep them from one another. Callis says that he isn't an idiot. He says that he has the best chance with his group to win this year's Continental Classic. And then Renee Paquette actually does her job as an interviewer and asks the question that we were all asking last week. Why is the Continental Classic for the Continental Championship and not the Unified title? Callis says that he isn't an idiot. Why would he have Okada put up his Unified title in this tournament when it's the Continental Classic for the Continental Championship? He isn't afraid to gamble, but it was smart for business. Fletcher says that with himself at 6 points and Takeshita and Okada at 3 points, the Don Callis family is in great shape. Oh my God, this was the definition of a segment that proved SP3 right. Don Callis is the human booking crutch of Tony Khan. He literally had a segment so he could explain his bad booking where he didn't explain it. He just explained it, where he took all the blame on himself, and he will take all the heat because he's one of the top heels in this company. But it did not answer the question of why the company would have just the Continental Classic be for the Continental title instead of the Unified Championship. But I appreciate Don Callis for the effort, and I hope this becomes part of a story where eventually Takeshita goats Okada into also putting in the international title, and the Unified title is the winners at the end.
Can you put that picture back up? Takeshi's the coolest wrestler on the planet. Come on, man.
Yes.
Looks like a Street Fighter character.
He
Come
does.
on, man.
That's a perfect description. That's a perfect description. He looks like a fucking Street Fighter character.
Choose your fighter. Absolutely. Let's go. Yeah, this is fucking nonsense by Callis. Listen, in theory, it makes sense. It's the Continental Classic. It's the Continental Championship. The International Championship is not on the line. I understand that. It's like if you were the Cruiserweight champion wrestling a heavyweight. The Cruiserweight title would not be on the line. It's just how that works. But we know why it's there. Come on now. He got trashed for weeks on end, and he's got to say something. Fair enough.
You know what? You got to appreciate when they freaking acknowledge the fans' complaints. So this is not what I wanted to hear, but I can appreciate this segment for what it was. It's Don Callis being the booking crutch of why he is the best non-wrestler of 2025.
Callis frequently says Fletcher is the best wrestler in the world. This is concerning. First of all, it's
But
inaccurate.
he talks out of both sides of his mouth, because when he introduces Okada, he calls him the greatest wrestler alive, the greatest wrestler alive. And then he's calling Fletcher. He's like, he's the greatest wrestler I have ever seen.
It's hilarious. I know some people are not a fan. I don't know why, but I am. Team Callis.
I am Team Callis. You know we are a pro Don Callis family podcast here.
Goddamn right.
We got King Potato says, I just generally tune this show out until this part of the show. Oh.
So people all mad about this fucking Dark Water match. That shit is hilarious. Never seen so many people tune out.
He's like, this was my bathroom break. Dark Order and Hook in the same match. Get the fuck out of here. He got Power Driver finisher even. He said, yeah, I stopped watching when I saw that too.
Yeah, that's a terrible idea.
What are you doing? Dark Order in 2020 in the Big 2-5. Dark Order. What are we doing? I was like, I watch ROH. I like Dark Order on ROH. I think they can do more on ROH. I don't need to see them on Wednesdays though.
Yeah, what the fuck? We passed that. They moved on. Big time now.
I think Power Driver Finisher said it best in the Weege chat. He was like, there are, and you've said this multiple times, there are legitimately people that are still on this roster that this company has moved past. Like, those are the people that should just be on Ring of Honor. If they're going to keep a job, put them on Ring of Honor. Make use of them that way. If they're veteran, if they're a young guy, it doesn't matter. They can get use and get some type of productivity over on Ring of Honor, and you can make a Ring of Honor into something. Like, that's another issue. If you just put all these acts that you still have under contract and you made them officially a part of the Ring of Honor roster where we never have to worry about them on AEW programming, I think that you will start to see ROH can have a fucking identity instead of being a series of fucking squash matches every week and then a good pay-per-view every 4 months.
Yeah, ROH to me is kind of how do I want to put this? It's kind of a microcosm of Dummy's booking. I should call him Dummy, especially when he's the best of the two at the moment. But yeah, it's a mess. It's a disjointed mess, and it's lost in his hierarchy of things he has to worry about, which is apparently running accounting or whatever the fuck for the Jaguars, then AEW, and then ROH.
Yep, pretty much. And I agree with Big Man Dogs. This probably probably works better if this whole build to World's End is Eddie and Hangman versus the Ops, and then Swerve comes back at World's End as Hangman's kind of like ace in the hole. Like when he's run out of things, he's lost to Joe again. He's at the end of his wits, and then Swerve shows up.
I can see that. I'm here with it. I'm here for Swerve as a one-off. As like passing of the torch, so to speak, from Hangman to now Swerve's going to fight Joe and them. The two of them together, that makes no real fucking sense. That would be like if you put Edge and Jay White together for some reason, just had them running around doing shit for months on end. You wouldn't do that. That makes no fucking sense.
I hate you. I hate you so much. That didn't make any sense. That is objectively... like AEW, I think the top choices for AEW, if you said what's their like worst feuds of the year, it's Cope and Mox, and it's Jarrett and MJF with a bullet, with the fucking bullet. It's those two rivalries.
Cope, Mox, Jarrett. I'm gonna say, that's a good one. Jarrett and MJF is worse, but Cope and Mox last significantly longer.
Yes, that's a tough challenge right there, right?
That's a good one.
It's like who did more irreversible damage? Was it the one where you went for months on end and then closed out with a horrible main event to a pay-per-view, or is it the one that you legitimately had to drop it? It was so bad.
Yeah.
Let us know in the chat, or if you're watching us on demand, let us know in the comments. What was the worst feud for AEW? Cope versus Mox or Jarrett versus MJF?
We're talking about all of Cope and Mox, right? So,
Yeah,
like,
all of
Bray Wyatt getting choked out by Marie Shafir would count.
Yes.
Cope and Mox. It's pretty easy. It was hard for a minute.
I mean, to be fair, though, Cope and Mox had one good match. It was the TV match, but they had one good match. Jarrett and MJF did not have anything good about it.
No bad matches.
I mean, Jarrett versus Claudio Castagnoli?
Does that count? We didn't wrestle each other.
Because that's the end of the feud. That's what
Fair enough.
That's the blow off. It's not even the guy in the feud who faces him in the blow off.
Fair enough.
It's awesome. All right, time to talk about the main event of the evening in the Blue League of the Continental Classic. It is a battle of the Death Riders. It is Jon Moxley going one-on-one with Claudio Castagnoli. I love when Renee does this, when she does the little like given the background while the person's making the entrance. It feels very sports-like to me. I don't know about you, but I like when she did this for the Continental title matches last year, and now she's doing it here in the main event, talking about intel on the Death Riders and how they're dealing with this big matchup. Moxley had said that if Claudio wants this tonight, he will have to take it because he will not take it easy on him. We get from the start, Marina Shafir comes out with Jon Moxley and is standing in his corner, even though that's against the rules. But I love Bryan Danielson making that a part of the story of the matchup, saying that, oh, that was Moxley playing mind games. Moxley wanted that comfort blanket at ringside, basically, to if he gets into trouble, he could look to Marina for assistance. We get the bell ringing, and we already get holy shit chants from some of the fans. Moxley tries to pick the leg of Claudio, but he won't give up any ground. Claudio takes Moxley to the corner, and it gets a little tense. I like the fact that when it was about technical wrestling or submission or mat base, Claudio had full control. So that led to Moxley becoming more aggressive. Moxley starts pulling out his ear, ranking his eyes at one point. Claudio wrestles Moxley down to the mat. Claudio with a stomp to the chest of Moxley after some hand fighting. Claudio with some slaps in the corner. He charges, but is met with a boot by Moxley, and they go face to face. Moxley takes Claudio to the ropes, and he scratches his back. Moxley then takes Claudio to the corner and hammers away with punches, and then he gouges at the eye. He then follows it up with some wrist control and then a backbreaker before we go to commercial break. We get a forearm battle when we return from break. Moxley gets caught in the giant swing. During the commercial break, we get one point where they're fighting at ringside, and Moxley's being thrown from barricade to barricade by Claudio. He clotheslines him over the top rope into the crowd, and then when Moxley stands up from the crowd, he's busted open. And this is a leaker, and it only gets worse after fucking Claudio gets him in the fucking giant swing, swings him around, and you just see the blood pouring from his head as he gets swung around. And he's stuck in the middle finger at Claudio, knowing that this fucking sucks. He then gets locked in the sharpshooter. Moxley has to power up. He has to sit up with his hands and make his way to the ropes. He's able to try to counter, but Claudio's able to reverse that into a crossface. Moxley sits up and gets a 2 on a pinfall attempt. Then he locks on a bulldog choke. Claudio gets to his feet, and he's able to escape the hold. Both men to their feet, and strikes are traded. We get forearms and slaps. They're all brought to the table. Moxley sends Claudio to the floor and hits a tope that sends Claudio in front of the announce table. Back in the ring, Claudio's uppercut is countered into a backslide for 2. Claudio then gets hit with a cutter, but he gets right back to his feet and hits a big lariat to Moxley. Both men reset. Claudio goes for the power driver, but Moxley's able to drop step into a choke from behind. Claudio reverses that into a cover for 2, but Moxley counters that into a pinfall attempt of his own. Claudio with a big lariat in the corner of Moxley. Claudio throws off his arm pad and looks for his big running lariat. Moxley blocks it and hits a King Kong lariat of his own. Moxley catches Claudio with the stomp for a 2 count, then a rear naked choke, but Claudio gets to his feet. They fight to the outside. They battle for a bit in there. Claudio charges in and stomps on Moxley and then gets a 2 count. Claudio then hits a power bomb for another close 2. Moxley gets in Claudio's face. The blood is just pouring from his head as they go toe to toe and start trading strikes once again. Moxley hits a big uppercut, but Claudio comes back with his own. Moxley gouges the eyes, kick to the gut, and he hits the paradigm shift just as the referee and Justin Roberts calls for the 5-minute call. Both men are in the corner. As soon as we hear the 5-minute call, Claudio jets out of the corner. He hits a running European uppercut, and that's the knockout blow. 1, 2, 3. Claudio Castagnoli defeats Jon Moxley. And I thought Bryan Danielson had the best line of the entire show when he just goes in. He's like, when I was in the BCC, anytime I could not beat Jon Moxley. That is why he was considered the leader of the Blackpool Combat Club. Claudio Castagnoli has just defeated Jon Moxley in the Continental Classic, which begs the question, who is the leader now? But great performance by Claudio, and this was such a different matchup from the Knight and Fletcher, but I thought it was just as good. It was physical. It was more storytelling based with them being in the same faction. The bloodshed by Moxley digging deep and having this desperate babyface comeback at the end. I think Jon Moxley has been tremendous since losing the AEW World Championship, and this was another great matchup here for the C2. What did you think?
How be polite about this? It was a good match. I can do about the whole. I can't do without it because the match doesn't really work without the theatrics, without the storytelling, we'll call it. But in reality, it's just yapping in each other's faces. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm never gonna be able to get behind the. I was gonna call them the Bloodline, but the Death Riders. But as a match in and of itself, it was good enough. It moves us forward along the story. Now we have to worry about who's the leader of this group that should have died a long time ago. Is it Jon Moxley, former champion, a year or so past his prime, or is it Claudio Castagnoli, never world champion, 5-10 years or so past his prime? It's a very good question. I cannot wait for the next edition of Dynamite to figure out who exactly is the man on top.
10 years out of his prime. That's outrageous.
You don't think so? What do you think his prime was? Give me a year. When is his prime?
I think the end of his prime would probably be at best, I would say 2022.
You think that was the end of his prime? All right, let's be a little more distinct about this. When was his peak?
His peak as a singles guy.
Absolute best Claudio Castagnoli. What year is that?
What is Claudio's peak year? And that's funny. I was gonna play that with you on today's show. Peak year, which is our TikTok game. What is Claudio Castagnoli's best year? The one that came to my head was 2017. Like 2015, 2016, 2017 is when 2015 is when he has that series of matches with John Cena in the US Open Challenge, where he was like getting momentum as a single star. 2016 is when you get the bar. So I don't know if you consider that his peak, but that was a great run for him there. So yeah, I would say like end of the 2010s is his peak.
So 2015, 16, 17. And this is the end of 15, heading into 26. I mean, end of 25, heading into 26. That's interesting. Fair enough.
Hey, so it's just because it's his peak year doesn't mean his prime ends there.
You guys are very generous with primes. You guys think if somebody's even a little bit good, it's still his prime. No, it isn't. It's over. Kobe's prime ends in 2010. It's over. But no, he was great after that. That's not what I said. I said his prime ended in 2010. Sorry. It's not my fault.
When does it start?
2001.
Okay. All right, we're fair there. because I think Kobe's peak year is 2009.
Think that's his best year?
I think that's his best year.
Oh, 2006?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
2003?
he's able to put together being the leader as well. His athleticism is down slightly, but he's still a great scorer. He knows how to score in every way, and he actually becomes the leader that can actually be vocal and lead in his own way. Whereas really Kobe's way of leading is him trolling his teammates. No, I was watching a video and it told a story about Kobe, what he did to Powell after the Olympics. Did you hear about that one?
No.
So in the 2008 Olympics, after they lost to the Boston Celtics in the finals, Kobe is the leader of the Redeem team for Team USA that beats Pau Gasol's Spain team. Pau led the whole Olympics in scoring and stuff, but it was Team USA that won home with the gold. So the first day of training camp, Kobe said that he put his gold medal in Pau's locker. So when Pau comes and he sees the gold medal, he's like, "You son of a bitch! Why would you do that?" He's like, "Pau." He was like, "But we lost to Boston last year. You lost to us in the Olympics. Let's not make it 3 in a row, right?" That's how he motivates people. That motivated Pau Gasol.
Boy, oh boy. You absolutely. That's what did it. Good Lord. These people are fucking outrageous. Let me tell you what they brought Derek Fisher in. That's what motivated them. That's what was the motivation. Is when now when somebody goes, "I'm gonna kill that motherfucker," Derek Fisher goes, "It's gonna be all right, big fella. We'll take care of it."
No, it was Brian Shaw. Brian Shaw, not Derek Fisher. Brian Shaw is the peacemaker whenever Kobe and Shaq had their issues. Apparently, that's why they made him assistant fucking coach for those Phil Jackson teams after Shaq left.
I'm with you, big man. I don't know who I'd put in that group that'd been worth something, but somebody. I'll let you guys tell it who that would be. I can't think of who it would be. I agree with this take. I can't think of one person. Not a fucking one. Not Yuta, not Garcia. Fletcher's already taken. And he fits better in this group anyway. I can't think of one guy.
Garcia, if he ate some kangaroos, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, we come to the close of another edition of AEW Dynamite. I think we might play a quick TikTok game after we do the ratings for the show. So let us know in the live chat, what was your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP, your moment of the night, whether you gave the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle, and out of 10, what did you give last night's show? For me and Jimmy Macram for the December 3rd, 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from both of us. Jimmy, out of 10, what did you give the show?
7. A couple of good matches and one great match for me. And Knight and Fletcher, decent promo on the open show. Decent. And a good promo from FDR. 7.
I went 7.5. I was feeling like 8 after the show. But the issues with the Kingston and Joe segment, the Don Callis post match and stuff. The wrestling on this show I thought was great outside of Ops and Dark Order. And Ops and Dark Order is that's like worth 2 less points than you would have gotten. Ops and Dark Order on this show. Everything else is half a point off, but the Ops and Dark Order gets you 2 points off. So we're going to 7.5 this week. What was your match of the night?
Knight and Fletcher, pretty easily for me. Great match.
I thought both Knight and Fletcher and Claudio and Moxley were exceptional, but Fletcher and Knight, man, they cooked. That was an absolute banger in every way possible. And I hope one day, sooner than later, preferably in 2026, 2027, that's an AEW World Title match. Push the young guys early.
Kevin Knight in 2026. Would you stop it?
The Jet, the motherfucking Jet. Put some respect on his name. MVP for the show, Jimmy.
Ooh, I'm gonna go with Kyle Fletcher. He was star for me of that match. Knight's great.
I loved Moxley in the main event. I thought that the Moxley character work has been tremendous, and the crowd is actually into it. So anytime he's in the submission, they just pop huge. And I thought his performance in the matchup was great. So I'm going to give him MVP for the show. Should I give it to him?
No,
I'm giving it to FDR. Giving it to FDR because I'm not going to give the moment of the night. So I'll give it to FDR for MVP for the show. LVP for the show, Jimmy.
I don't know what's Dark Order. It's not their fault. They stink. They might have to take it though. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. We'll go Coz with Tony Khan and Dark Order.
I'm going with Dark Order as well. And then moment of the night.
I'm going to go with the FTR promo.
I'm going to go with the finish to Moxley and Claudio. I really loved that finish. That was such an MMA finish. I know Moxley came up with it. It was so MMA. I love that. So that is our ratings for this show. How about a quick TikTok game? TikTok. Oh, we'll play 2 games here.
Okay.
You brought up peak year, so we'll play that after. But I already had planned out who better, which is our game where we usually do who had the better career, right?
Did we play last time?
Yeah, we played that last time. But this time, we're going to do it a little different because it is the month of December. We're coming down the home stretch of the year. This Saturday on the True Hill Heat Flagship Podcast, I believe that we'll have already our year-end award, so you can start voting on Saturday. But we're going to play a different version of who had the better career. Who had the better 2025? So, first one up, who had the better 2025, Jimmy? Will Ospreay versus Seth Rollins.
When you say Will Ospreay, I was going to say whoever the other guy is. He's not hurt. I'm going to go with Seth Rollins, ironically, even though he's my least favorite main event wrestler to watch. He did win the main event, night 1 of Mania. He did win the world fucking title. He has been treated as the biggest deal on the number 1 show in professional wrestling, even though he's the number 5th most talented main eventer in professional wrestling. It's impressive.
Yeah, I think you might be right there. I think in-ring wise, I would definitely take Ospreay over him. But when you talk about all those accomplishments and all the big wins and being pushed as the top star, top heel in the company, you got to kind of give it to Seth Rollins.
Fucking disgusting.
Next one up. I'll advise this one because I know this would be too easy for you. Let's go Stephanie McCare versus Io Sky. Who had the better 2025?
I actually think this is Io. They both won the world title, but Io's been better in the ring, and she's been the focal point of the Raw's Women's division when she doesn't have the belt, ironically. Her and Rhea, her and Asuka, it's Io. Stephanie's as awesome as she is, both to look at and in the ring. She's been an afterthought more often than Io has.
I agree. Yeah, Io's easy. I think that she took a step up in like the in-ring work. She's put on more great matches than anyone else on the WWE roster, and her popularity has soared this year more than anything.
Absurd.
Another women's matchup. Toni Storm versus Mercedes Moné. Who had the better 2024?
Better year? Year's a long time. I'm going to go with Toni Storm. Mariah May match, which is my match of the year, men and women included. She had a great match with Homegirl. No disrespect. Mercedes. And perhaps more importantly, she's had at least 2 very good promos during the year. And Mercedes said, hold up, carried a 3-0. So, win. Right? Is this shit, right? That was a Revolution.
Yeah. That was Revolution. Yeah. I honestly, I'm putting Tony and Mariah as my feud of the year. Like it culminated this year, so I liked and I love the second half of that feud that happened in this year. So that's actually pretty high for me. A lot of people are putting Seth Rollins and CM Punk as one of the feuds of the year, and I'm sorry, it went on a long time, but I don't have it in my top 10. I don't know. Thank you. I thought it was just me. I was like, I can understand. There's some people that are putting John Cena as men's wrestler of the year. I think there is an argument for that. There is not an argument for Seth Rollins and CM Punk as feud of the year. You are only giving it feud of the year because they've been feuding the whole year. That's the only reason you are giving them feud of the year.
Hold on now.
Because of the of the matchups or quality of the program.
Really like that fucking cage match, like Uncle Dave. You guys love the Mania main event?
Yeah, we did. I love the Mania main event.
There's the cash in. Now, granted, that's only 3 moments in 8 months. But it's something.
This feud has been going on for 2 years. 2 years. What are you talking about? Final one. Who had the better 2025? The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, or Hangman Adam Page?
Hangman. This has been a downhill.
Yo, this nigga did not even think.
I can't even make an argument for Cody over Hangman. Hangman's got a pretty good case for rest of the year. I don't think Cody has any case. Sorry.
Yeah, I said my top 2 for wrestler of the year right now is Mystico and Hangman Adam Page.
Wow. Where would Cody be on that list? Is he top 5?
Nope.
He's top 8.
Honestly, Moxley has gone up my list more than Cody.
Yeah, as awful as Moxley is, I put him ahead of Cody.
Yeah.
I put Rollins ahead of Cody too.
Yeah, definitely. I think Rollins would be in my top 10.
Yeah, it's been a bad year for Cody.
It has. There's no doubt. And this coming off the heels of 2024, where he was my wrestler of the year for 2024.
He had a great 2024, but it's done.
It's over.
I'm so happy.
All right, so I only got. I'm gonna give you 5 names for peak year. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if we've done these before or not. I only have a couple of these written down that I have done before, but we're gonna see. Maybe we have. Peak year for Stone Cold Steve Austin.
1997. The absolute best wrestler on the planet. It's not even that close. I'll take 1997 Steve Austin over every wrestler that's ever existed ever.
There's no doubt. It's 1997. That's before then, especially because you get 8 months before the neck injury. Where he's just cooking. And he has objectively the greatest WWE match of all time.
Oh. There's the Rumble performance, then there's Austin and Brett, then there's the stuff with the Hart Foundation, and then after he fucking gets his neck broken, he decides to become the biggest star on the planet. Fucking stuns Vince. Come on, man.
One of my favorite programs from that year, Austin and Shawn Michaels.
Oh, I love that match.
Dysfunctional partners and the match at King of the Ring.
I love the promos.
Then the Austin Do Love partnership, which is fucking awesome. Yo.
Austin and Shawn Michaels. Oh, you remind me so much. Austin talking shit after they win the belts. And I did it by myself. It's like, what are you even talking about? Austin's so fucking good.
All right. We got another legend here for you. Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh, shit. 2000 is the obvious choice. Yeah, we'll go 2000, I guess.
Yeah, 2000. He's just the coolest and biggest wrestling star in the world. That's when he crossed over into the mainstream. That's when we got the It Doesn't Matter video and Wyclef. We got him showing up on MTV every week. SNL. There's the Triple H program at the beginning of the year that involves the McMahons. There's the big title win at Backlash. There's winning the Royal Rumble. There's matches with Big Show that are good. He has that great matchup with Kurt Angle when he loses the title. There's that 4-way underrated gem. The 4-way with Kane, Taker, Benoit, and Rock. Rock and Benoit with Shane in Benoit's corner. That's fantastic. He's the baby face in the whole Kurt Angle, Triple H, Stephanie McMahon program.
Yeah, 2003 Hollow Rock is jarringly good. It's a preposterous run from fucking February until April.
Yes, 2
Hogan,
months.
Austin, and Goldberg, but then it's done. Just like this. It's over. Oh.
And I think that would be his peak year character-wise. I think we're seeing like overall peak year. It's 2000. He's firing on all cylinders. In the ring, on the mic, as a character, as a star. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, this is the next name on my list, but you're probably going to hear the same year. Triple H.
Yeah. Sorry, it's 2000. Rumble against Cactus Jack. No Way Out against Cactus Jack. He's finally established himself as a main event player. There's the Kurt Angle stuff with him and Stephanie. There's a couple of decent matches with Kurt Angle. They never had chemistry together as wrestlers. I don't know why.
Best match they have is Royal Rumble 2001 to me.
Yeah, this is a bunch of fucking nonsense going on. But I enjoyed it all the same. And it's before his list got too long. He used to give that promo. I beat Rock and Austin. And but by the time he hit 2003, it's Rock and Goldberg and Austin. Like, good Lord, sir. I have things to do today.
Get this over with, please. God damn it. All right. Peak year, final two. Penultimate one. Peak year for Kurt Angle.
Damn. That's a good one right there. That could be so many years. Holy shit. Kurt Angle. I'm not going for TNA year.
I actually just thought about that. I was like, what would be his peak year in TNA? I would probably say like 2007. When he wins every title in TNA.
He's hurt for a lot of it, but I'm going to go with 2003. I love so much stuff he does that year. Benoit, Lesnar. But still, it's a great year, and he's finally become the preposterous character we all know he could be.
I would say 2002. 2002 to me is when he becomes the standard bearer. He becomes the litmus test for everybody. That's when you get the Cena debut. You get him and Benoit program, which them as tag team partners. One of the greatest tag team matches in WWE history is Angle and Benoit versus Edge and Mysterio from No Mercy 2002. There's the Rey Mysterio opener, which is still considered the greatest WWF pay-per-view opener of all time. There's the SmackDown 6, where every week they're putting on bangers. There's hidden gems like him, Benoit, Edge, and Guerrero in a four-way to determine who's going to first Brock Lesnar. Man, he was cooking on another level, and this is before he has his surgery. So I'm going with 2002.
You know what? Yeah, that's a good shout. 2002.
Finally, final one before we close things out. AJ Styles.
Damn, I really want to pick a TNA year, but Styles and Cena stuff is so good. It's so preposterously good. And it's John Cena. Like, it's John Cena. The king of TNA versus the king of WWE. There's no king of TNA. You're just one of the niggas there. You're a bunch of bums. And it still felt big.
He's the GOAT of TNA. There's no question. But he was never booked like the GOAT of TNA ever in that company.
So, yeah, I'm going with 20. Was that 16? Yeah.
That is, yeah, I think 2015 is a good shout. I see Big Man Dogs mentioning that because that's when he really came to it in his own in New Japan, where he just became like, it was no question he was the best wrestler in the world at that point. He had those bangers with Okada and Tanahashi. He became the IWGP heavyweight champion. He became a draw on the indies with the Bullet Club. That's when him and the Young Bucks started having these crazy matches that put the Young Bucks on another level. And he was still balling out also in Ring of Honor, having classic matches with like Jay Lethal and Adam Cole. So 2015 is a good shout. 2005 in TNA, where he has the 3-way with Joe and Daniels. He has that X Division run, the classic match with Joe at Turning Point. He has great matches up and down the year. That's also the year of in my eyes, the greatest Ultimate X of all time with him, Petey Williams, and Chris Sabin, where he does the famous spot where he does. Yeah, the other crazy spot where he flips off of the Ultimate X. That's all in that year. So 2005, 2015 are definitely in consideration. Jimmy is right, though. It's 2016. Because not only do you get all the Cena stuff, you get the Roman feud. That is Roman. That's the best work of Roman's career to that point. That is incredible. His program with Dean Ambrose was really good, and their matches were great. The Cena matches is always talked about. But not only that, you get the transition point of him going from New Japan to WWE, because at the start of the year, you get one of his greatest matches ever with Shinsuke Nakamura. It's 2016.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was fun. We might do that more often. Remind me, we'll maybe play that next week. But we've come to an end of another edition of AEWramble. Jimmy, let the people know where they can follow you on social media and when they might see you again.
On Twitter at Jimmy Macram. I think it's going pretty good, actually, as far as the world's concerned. I mean, it's bad for Venezuelan boats getting blown up for no reason. But other than that, it's been all right. And at Jimmy Macram on YouTube, TV shows and movies and the such.
Including Peacemaker, which is up right now on Jimmy's YouTube channel. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHillHeat. Patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. That's the best place to support us when we are not live here. We got dropping this week over on Patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. We got the latest edition of the GOAT Match series, where me and Jimmy Macram will rewatch Jimmy's greatest match, his favorite match of all time, Wota versus Ilya Dragunov. Probably will drop that today on patreon.com/TrioHeat. So a great time to spend the $3 and help us out in that way as well. Join us back here tomorrow, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time, with our WWE NXT Deadline 2025 preview. It will be me and Shadi of the Wrestling Republic breaking down the card for this Saturday show. And of course, you got the flagship podcast, 10:05 a.m. Eastern Time on Saturday. So join us for that as well. For Jimmy Macram, it is me, your true phenom, SP3. This has been AEWramble, episode 227. Who's the leader now? For the December 3rd, 2025 edition of AEW Dynamite, we are signing off until next time.